my fake tan video that so many of you requested. I have taken a while to be able to compile this, and that's why you've had to wait. I'm really sorry. I know I keep telling you it's going to come and I'm going to film it. The reason for it is that I wanted to test all the fake tans that I have, so that I have recent experience of them all, because otherwise you're just kind of trying to remember what you liked about things, and it doesn't always work like that, and my skin at the moment is completely different. So hopefully you enjoy this video. I am going to do a separate video on prep, so look out for that. It's probably going to be up on Tuesday. I'm probably going to film that after this video. I wanted to combine the two videos, but it was getting really, really long, so I think I'm going to film the prep video separately. I hope you enjoy this, and if you've got any questions, please leave a comment below, but I will link individual tan reviews that I've done on my website below in the down bar. So if you have any questions, please check those individual reviews before you ask, because it might well be answered. I'm not the most comprehensive reviewer. I'm always missing things out, but hopefully when I've put it into words on my website, then fingers crossed your questions have been answered and I've been a bit more coherent and comprehensive in my review there. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about gradual tanners first of all, and this is where I've lost products and I don't know where they are and it's driving me insane. But I'm going to talk about the Tropez Gradual Tanner first of all. I have the one for the face and for the body, just imagine that it's here. The ones that I have are medium dark, and you basically put it on. It's a white lotion, you can't see where you've put it, it's not tinted at all. You put it on and it's just like a lotion. It takes a long time to dry, and as with most gradual tanners and the lotion type formulas, it's quite possible to leave streaks. Now the actual body tanner leaves you a really nice colour, but I find it is really easy to get wrong. Mainly just because of the formula that it is, and it doesn't dry, it doesn't ever seem to dry. Even in the morning I felt tacky. So I wouldn't, it is a good product, it's just because of the formula for me, and the fact that I don't want to stand around for 3 hours waiting for it to dry before I get into bed and put some clothes on, it's not the best thing for me. But it does give me as much tan as I would want. I mean, this is generally what I want from a gradual tanner, to give me a glow. But the medium dark actually gives me as much tan as I would want from a regular tanner. So I definitely wouldn't use this as a gradual tan, I would use this as kind of a one-off tan. I actually wanted to get the light medium, but the salesperson said, oh, you won't want that, you know, it hardly gives you any colour at all. And I think if I was to repurchase, I probably would get the light medium, because that's actually what I wanted. But given that the salesperson was like orangutanged, she obviously thought that no one would possibly ever want just a subtle glow, whereas that's actually what I wanted. So maybe I would probably repurchase the light to medium, or whatever it's called. And if you are pale like me, just bear that in mind. That this is not really gradual tanner colour if you get the medium dark. And the face tanner is amazing. It didn't break me out. It left me like a really, really great tanned look. And for the majority, I actually used this whilst I was trialling all the other fake tans. I have one other face tanner, which is also a gradual tanner, to talk about. And I'm going to really briefly tell you that this doesn't work. This is a gradual tanner, because after one application you get nothing. And after a week of using this, I pretty much just had a little bit of orange in my eyebrows. It really doesn't do anything. And especially when you compare it to this. And I don't know off the top of my head how much this is, but Buin is not, or Buin, whatever you want to call it, is not a cheap brand. So this being around £10, and the same for the body one, they're probably going to be comparable value-wise, and this is so much better. So even if you don't like the body one, I would recommend that you give this a try as a facial tanner, because I would repurchase this, but I wouldn't repurchase the body one just because I'm not a big lotion fan. That being said, the second one I want to talk about is the Natural Bronze, which is the cocoa butter formula one. I talked about this before, did a whole separate video on it, and I love it. And my main thing, these are always things that I forget to talk about. With the Tropez, you do get the gradual tan smell, or the fake tan smell, but it is actually really good. Once you've washed it off, you don't really smell it. With this, you put it on and it's got this really, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Artificial. So really artificial, chocolatey smell. And at first I was like, oh, it smells really nice. And now every time I put it on, I'm like, it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too chocolatey and insipid and a little bit sickly kind of smelling. So I'm not a massive, massive fan of the smell. However, because it's such a strong scent, it does mask the fake tan smell for quite a long time. I would say an hour or two after applying this, you're going to get that fake tan smell, and probably after washing it off, when you start to sweat, that's kind of when the smell comes back out again. You're never going to be completely free of it with this product. But I think it's like £3 or £4 you can get it for. when it's on offer, which is whenever I buy it, and it's definitely a good product for the money. From the drugstore. Again, this gives me as much fake tan as I would want in one go. It is streaky if you don't use the right stuff. Basically, you need a tanning mitt with any kind of application, any kind of formula. You want a tanning mitt. I happen to have one here. Basically, I mean, you know, this is all really mucky because I've been using it. But basically, you put your hand in it and you smooth it all over yourself. And that's the number one problem with fake tanners that are gradual, because you would generally put them on like a moisturiser with your fingers, and fingers create streaks, and that's going to be a problem. So as long as you use a tanning mitt, then you shouldn't get any streaks with this product. This does dry better than the Tropez one, so it does dry quicker. And it is possible to get a streak-free finish on your body. You can use it on your face, but I have broken out from it in the past, and I've broken out from most body tanners on my face. So I would absolutely recommend the Tropez facial tanner just to use with any other fake tan, and this is a great one for the body. Perfect budget tan. Onto the full fake tans. I have 3 to talk about today, and I did intend to review more than this, but in all honesty, it takes so long for the tan to go on and then the tan to completely come off for you then to apply another tan. There were only so many I could actually review all at once. The first one I'm going to talk about is Moriz. I talked about this before. Again, I will link a video below because I have so many questions, and I have so many questions on that video as well about how you apply this. This is very much like the Tropez body mousse for tanning, obviously. Mousse was always my favourite application because it dries straight away. You can put your clothes on, you don't need to worry about like streaks and things. It comes out as a really dark greeny brown mousse, and that greeny brown is what you're looking for a really natural looking tan. It's not going to be orange, and I think that this is just as good as the Tropez mousse for that. Scent wise, I'm going to get back into application in a second, but scent wise, everyone always used to say that fake tan smelled like biscuits, and I never ever thought that. I don't know, you know, thoughts, how many of you actually thought that fake tan smelled like biscuits? Because I thought it smelled like vinegar. It had a really vinegary smell to me, that the fake tan smell that if I smell it on someone, I think, oh, it's really vinegary. And this really does smell like biscuits, and for the first time I thought, oh my god, this is what people are talking about. So I don't know if it was just that I was using different fake tans to other people, or that I was interpreting that smell differently, I don't know, but am I the only one that thought it smelled nothing like biscuits? But this really does smell like biscuits, and it's not a bad smell in any way. I can totally cope with the smell that comes off this as it develops, and I can cope with the smell like afterwards, after you've washed it off and it kind of lingers. I don't mind it at all because it's kind of a sweet biscuity smell, and that's not what I associate with a tan. However, if you think tan smells like biscuits, then this is probably a really strong smelling fake tan. Anyway, application. So you basically pump the mousse into your hand, or preferably into a tanning mitt, and put it all over your body. And the most important thing with this is you don't need to rub it in. So many people waste so much time. You don't need to rub it in. Basically, you just kind of pat it onto yourself and make sure you're all covered, and you'll look ridiculous. Watch the video because I did apply it in a video, and then I showed you what it looked like afterwards, and then the next day. And on your face, it's not so great. It goes really, really patchy on me, and it kind of clings to little bits and makes me look like I've got a full-on moustache. But over your body, it is really, really great fake tan. But you just put it all over yourself, and you will look really dirty, is the thing. Then it dries really quickly, you can get dressed, you can go to bed. In the morning, you wash it off and it's all nice. But I wouldn't recommend this for the face. Again, go to the Tropez Gradual Tanner for the face because it's the best thing that I've tried. The next one I want to talk about is the L'Oreal Sublime Bronze, or Sublime Bronze as they say on the advert. How annoying is that? Sublime. Fresh non-sticky gel, it says that it is. And it says natural tan. It's got 4 boxes and it says it's 2 of them. I would say that's accurate. This is a really natural tan. It doesn't particularly leave me really super dark. And the most amazing thing about this is it really does dry. So I put this on, and it is fresh. It's probably the strongest smelling tan that I use as I apply it. It is like super strong smelling. And again, that is what it's kind of a vinegary smell to me. It's a really strong smell, fake tan smell. That's what fake tan smells like to me. So go and smell this and you will be inside my mind. You can put a thin layer on, and it's kind of tinted, but it's not so tinted that you really can tell where you're going, but you can just see the glisten on your skin where you've been. So you just smear it a thin layer on, and after about 5 or 10 minutes it's tacky. After a half an hour it is 100% dry, which is amazing. It's just, for anyone that is big on fake tans, I don't recommend lotions in general just because they don't dry. But this gel is really, really good. And this used to be my go-to fake tan before I discovered Saint-Tropez. And I don't know if it's because Saint-Tropez was more expensive or it seemed a bit trendy at the time, but I got totally sucked into the Saint-Tropez bandwagon, and it's like £30 for a mousse for like this size. I used to buy it all the time. This is like £10, which is still relatively expensive, but you probably get just as much application out of it as the Saint-Tropez big bottles, and it's just so much better. I mean, the colour for me is really good. I actually also used to use it on my face. And what I used to do is apply it maybe 5 or 6 o'clock when I'd got home from work, and then just before bed I would wash it off my face and leave it on the rest of me, rinse it off in the morning, have a shower, whatever, and I would just look perfect all over. And my skin, my face, it didn't cling to the wrong bits because it hadn't been on as long. The development time probably isn't as long as the other ones, but I never really know because I put it on overnight. I put them all on overnight. I never wear anything during the day or go out wearing fake tan. But this is a really, really great product. I would definitely recommend you give this a go. Doesn't leave me feeling dry or anything. And I'm hoping that I'm not missing anything out. They'll be like I did the foundation review the other day. I barely mentioned anything. I didn't talk about coverage. I barely talked about longevity. Nothing. I was pants. So if you've got any other questions, let me know. But I have reviewed them individually, and I have linked that below, and they are more comprehensive reviews. So fingers crossed, if I'm missing anything in this video, then you will see it there. Okay, the last tan that I want to talk about is the Zen Tan. Lots of you asked me to include this in this review, and unfortunately I did have a little sample left from a glossy box, I think it was. Now this is the Deep Bronze Luxe Weekly Self Tan, and it is the dark lotion. I will talk about the scent first of all and the application. The scent is supposed to be vanilla. Everybody says it's got this really heavy vanilla scent, but I kind of think it's toffee. I don't know if it's just me. Regardless, it smells amazing. When you're applying it onto your skin, it smells absolutely incredible. I would say about after an hour of application, you start to get that fake tan smell, but once it's washed off, you don't smell it at all. So scent-wise, it's one of the best that I've tried. Colour-wise, not so much. Application, first of all, I will try and keep it the way it should be. Application, first of all, is really, really good. Again, I used a tanning mitt. I applied it all over my legs because I only had a small tube of it, so I didn't want to use it all over just in case it didn't stretch and I had a big patch of untanned skin. So I just applied it on my legs and my feet, which is what I do with all of my self tans. And the next morning it was super orange. On my legs it was kind of normal coloured, but on my knees it was really, really orange, and on my feet they looked like a completely alien colour. It was really, really bizarre, and unfortunately because this stuff lasts for a week, they stayed that way for more than a week. I shaved my legs every single day, so my legs got back to a kind of normal colour pretty quickly, but my knees stayed really orange and my feet stayed really orange, so they looked quite crazy for quite a long time. So I wouldn't rate this. I only used it on my kind of legs, and so I can't tell you about the rest of it. It's for face and body. I can't tell you about my face because I didn't use it on my face, but I really didn't like it, and I only used it on my legs, so I'm so glad that I didn't use it all over because I would have looked really crazy in theory. I mean, for one, this on my feet is amazing. Amazing. For feet and hands, this is the most natural thing ever. It just, you can't see any crazy, even like this compared like in a line, you know what I mean, compared to like the white marks and then this, it looks really natural. This looked crazy. I mean, even now my feet look kind of weird. I didn't like this in all. It had so much going for it, and I thought I was going to love it. And I tried it and I hated it. So I'm really glad that I didn't buy a big version, because when you guys were asking me to review it, I thought I'm just going to go and get one. I'm just going to go and buy a big tube and put it on. But it's like £30 or something crazy. Again, I linked all the reviews below and you can find out where you can buy them, how much they all cost. But I wouldn't rate this at all, especially for the price. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about is instant bronzing makeup. And this is stuff that washes off. I've tried a few in the past. I've still not tried Sally Hansen. What is it called? Something legs? I don't know. Whatever that spray-on thing is that everyone talks about. I've not tried that yet. But this is actually pretty good. It's matte and it's gel. If you can see, it's just a really, really dark gel. And I would tend to put some moisturiser on underneath it and then put the gel on, just because I think that it dries really quickly, and especially on my dry skin. I put some on and then I can't blend it because it's kind of sunk into my skin. So I put a layer of moisturiser on first of all, and then it goes on really nicely. You can be sparing over your knees, you can put it on your arms, wherever you want to put it, but I would just put it on my legs personally. It says allow 5 minutes before dressing. I would allow half an hour, because after half an hour it's pretty much set and it doesn't transfer onto clothes in my experience. I don't know if it's waterproof, I've never tried it, I've never swum with it on or kind of got anything on me. But I would definitely recommend that if you're looking for kind of a less permanent or a less commitment fake tan, because I think this is a really, really great alternative. So that was my massive fake tan review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it wasn't too long. I hope that I edited it down to a watchable length, because I had to switch out my memory card halfway through, so I dread to think how long this is going to be. But thanks for sticking with me. I hope it was everything you hoped for, because there were so many people that asked me to do this video. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please go subscribe. Check out my new website below, and that's where all the reviews are. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.